What is going on, everybody? Zyonik here, and in today's video we're gonna teach you guys how to win a battle when you guys lose lead. Now, before we get into these battle recaps on where I lost the lead but I was able to pull out a victory because of the swaps and decisions that I made during the battle, there's a couple challenges out there set by the community, one by myself and Pogo King, and another great challenge or tournament set out by Go Stadium that we're going to talk about real quick. So the challenge set out by Pogo King and I, if you guys aren't aware of who Pogo King is, he is an amazing Pokemon Go PvP content creator. He's the person that I look up to when it comes to Pokemon Go PvP. So there's going to be a link down in the description, not only to his channel, but to the video describing this challenge. But basically, we have a lot of challenges set out there when it comes to the end of Season 1 to give out rewards basically for those who complete these challenges. Things like the longest win streak in Season 1, things like the first person to rank 10, a Johto Elite Challenge going 5-0. And if you guys want to know more information about these challenges, be sure to check out the link down in the description. It's going to be on Pogo King's channel, and he will explain it very well what each of these challenges and stipulations that you have to complete these. And on top of that, be sure to hit that sub button for him, guys. Show him your love. And then the rewards. The video, make sure you guys record your battles and we will shoutcast them on our channels, and then you also get a choice of either a free merchandise item or you get access to our Patreon for life for free. So if you guys weren't aware about my own Patreon, there's going to be a link down in the description to that, but I do coaching for Pokemon Go PvP. I have an amazing community there in Discord, so shout out to all my patrons. Thank you for your support. And the next challenge or big event is being held by Go Stadium. If you guys weren't aware of who Go Stadium is, they are a Discord community for Pokemon Go PvP. Absolutely amazing. Thousands of battlers in this community. Link down in the description to their Discord, so be sure to go check them out. But they're hosting the biggest tournament in the world. Because we have the ability to battle someone instantly now, because we don't have to get 30 days friendship anymore. It's just one gift and you guys can battle. They're going to host the biggest tournament to date. Over 4,000 battlers and one champion for a $1,000 prize pool. If you guys want to participate in this tournament, or if you just want to go check out Go Stadium and you didn't know that there was a massive Pokemon Go PvP community, link down in the description. Right, so in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to break down some battles and the choices that I made during these battles that allowed me to win even though I lost lead. So getting here into the first battle, we have a Defense Form Deoxys versus Shiftry. This matchup is very, very bad for us. Shiftry having access to Snarl as a fast move, which highly generates energy per turn, and then has access to Foul Play, which will do super effective damage to Defense Form Deoxys. This is not very good for us. So now this matchup actually isn't that bad. Defense Form Deoxys into Shiftry. You can win pretty well because we have access to counter as a fast move, but what I've noticed in my battles is that if I don't use Defense Form Deoxys to take out tanks, then I have a lot of trouble because Skarmory doesn't have the capability to take out things like Melmetal or Registeel or Bastiodon like Defense Form Deoxys has. So this is why we decide to swap. So what we're going to do is we're going to bail right away and we're going to go into Umbreon. Now, as you guys saw there, I had a choice between Skarmory or Umbreon. Now, Skarmory is a hard counter to Shiftry, right? That's going to be fantastic counter, but we can't give away our hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Umbreon for a more neutral matchup, and what we're going to do is try to hope to win the mid game. So as you see right here, we bring in the Umbreon, and we're going to see our opponent then swap into Melmetal. So notice that he brought in Melmetal. That's because Melmetal is going to be weak to Defense Form Deoxys. This is also very good for us because he can take down our Skarmory as well. But Umbreon's going to do great in a neutral situation versus this Melmetal. Now what we have to watch out for is Superpower, which will do super effective damage to us, but the more superpowers he does, the less damage it'll do, because you'll see you get a negative attack and defense debuff. So what we're going to be going for is we're just going to go for Foul Plays, as you guys can see right here. So we're going to go ahead and go for our first Foul Play. This will be doing nice neutral damage to the Melmetal, as you guys can see right there, and then we're expecting him to do a superpower right here. Notice how I didn't fire off my Foul Play right away. So notice I have the foul play right here, but I'm not firing it off because I know he's going to do superpower, and I know my Umbreon can survive. So what I want to do is make him use superpower right here, which he does, and then now I want to go to this foul play right here. This will be doing even more neutral damage if he doesn't shield it. So let's see what happens. He decides to shield, which is okay for us, and notice how he's getting to another charge move. This is going to be another superpower, but it's not going to be enough to take us out because the damage was reduced. So what we're going to be able to do is we're going to force a situation right here. Notice how he only has one shield left. This foul play, because he has -4 in terms of defense and an attack, this foul play will take out his Melmetal. So the choice we're giving him right now is get rid of his final shield or use let his Melmetal go down. So we're going to go for foul play here. Either situation would be good for us, but what's great about winning the mid game right here, or winning your safe switch, is now I have control of the battle. Notice how I took out his Melmetal, I didn't give up any shields, and then he still has Shiftry and a third Pokemon in the back. So what we can do now is the Shiftry is going to be coming back in. He's going to decide to go for a charge move right here. That wasn't the best call by my opponent, but that's okay. You know, maybe he was worried I was going to get to a last resort, but that's okay. So the Leaf Blade's going to come through, and now look at what we did. Because we led Defense Form Deoxys into Shiftry, which was bad, but we were able to win the mid game with Umbreon versus Melmetal, now we can bring in our Skarmory, and we are in great control of this game. So we're going to bring in the Skarmory right here. And this is really fantastic for us, and we're going to see him swap. Now, when he swaps, I'm not even worried about what it is because I have to keep my Skarmory on his Shiftry. So what we're going to do is I'm instantly going to swap in Defense Form Deoxys, and what you guys are going to see is that this is actually a very unfavorable matchup, but because of the movesets we have, it's okay. So what you're going to see is a Alolan Marowak come in. Alolan Marowak is a great counter to Defense Form Deoxys, but the thing is we have 2 shields, and we have the charge move of Rock Slide, which is going to do super effective damage to Alolan Marowak. So right here, he's building up to Shadow Ball. Alolan Marowak has access to Shadow Ball and Bone Club, but what I want you guys to notice is that the health that I'm at right here, Shadow Ball would not take me out. So what I'm going to do is risk that he's trying to shield bait me. I'm calling his bluff that this is going to be a Bone Club, and it is. So it's just a Bone Club, which is perfectly fine for us, and now we're going to be getting off Rock Slides. This is going to do super effective damage to Alolan Marowak and quite a bit of health. So as you guys saw there, about a third, a little more than a third of his health. So now this is where he's going to be getting off another charge move right here. Now we are within range of a Shadow Ball, which is okay. We're going to have to respect the fact that this could be a Shadow Ball, and we're going to throw up our own shield. Now, since this was Bone Club, what he's going to be able to do is get to a Shadow Ball relatively quickly, but what we have is we already have Rock Slide. We're tied in the one shield situation, but this Rock Slide is either going to eliminate his Alolan Marowak, or it's going to get his final shield, which will allow our Skarmory to do better on the back end. So we're going for the Rock Slide right here. Again, super effective damage. Hopefully we get the shield, which we do get the shield. And now we're going to be able to get Alolan Marowak low. So this is going to be a Shadow Ball right here. I know it's going to be a Shadow Ball, but there's no reason to shield, guys. Remember, his Shiftry still has loaded energy, and it has access to Foul Play, which is going to do nice neutral damage to Skarmory. So our Defense Form Deoxys is okay with going down. We can farm down the Alolan Marowak with our Skarmory from this range. So my Defense Form Deoxys did its job. It got its counter low, and it got both of its shields, basically. So as you guys can see, we're going to be getting to, he gets to another charge move, but because he did Shadow Ball, notice how right here, right, he did our Shadow Ball, he will not have enough time to get to another Shadow Ball. He's going to pull the trigger early, so this is going to be a Bone Club. This is why I'm not shielding right here. So we're going to see Bone Club comes through. We don't shield, and then his final Pokemon is that Shiftry, and now we have the Sky Attack to take out the Shiftry. Now, he is able to get to a charge move because he has a higher attack stat than us, but that's okay because we saved that final shield. So this is perfect for us. We can just go straight for Sky Attack. This will be doing super effective damage to the Shiftry, and we'll be able to win the battle even though we lost lead. Alright, so in this next battle, we're leading Registeel, and we're going to have a really bad lead for us. That's going to be a Medicham. Now, Medicham is a fighting psychic type, and it's definitely going to put a hurt on our Registeel. So what we're going to do is we're instantly going to swap. Now, as you guys can see right here, I have two options. I could go into Azumarill or I could go into Haunter. The thing is, I know Haunter does very well when there's not a lot of shields in play. Because people could typically shield the hard-hitting moves from Haunter. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into Azumarill. Both of these are fantastic counters to a Medicham. Haunter will be doing super effective damage while Azumarill will be resisting. And the reason we go into Azumarill as well is that if he happens to bring in a counter, as we see right here, this Venusaur, look, by the time the Venusaur already came in, we're almost at an Ice Beam already. That will be doing super effective damage. This is why I love Azumarill on the safe switch. If people decide to bring in that Grass-type Pokemon, we can typically get to 1 or 2 Ice Beams. Now, we get the first shield right there. But this is the critical thing, is I decide to shield right here because I know I can make it to another Ice Beam before he gets his next Frenzy Plant off. So my goal here is to either eliminate health or eliminate his final shield. If I get his final shield, I'm coming back in with Registeel. If I got the health, I would come back in with Haunter. So right here, we're gonna go ahead and let our Azumarill go down. In this case, we don't need to win that switch advantage because what I want to do is start loading up on energy on our Registeel. The reason why is we're gonna be resisting all of Venusaur's moves. If this was a Meganium, we could be in a lot more trouble because it does have access to Earthquake, but because it's a Venusaur, it's gonna have Frenzy Plant, Sludge Bomb, not going to do a lot of damage to us, and this is where my opponent makes a mistake. He decides to then swap. And as you guys can see right here, we see the health on Venusaur, right? We're loading up on energy, and what we're going to see is the health come in. Oops, let me try to get it at the right spot. Okay, right here. So you guys can see this health bar. This tells me that this is the Medicham, actually, instead of a full health third Pokemon. So as you guys can see right there, because of that health bar missing, this is what makes me recognize that this is a Medicham, so I'm going to bring in Haunter instantly. So as you guys can see, the Haunter is now coming back in and we start shredding apart the Medicham. Because of its psychic typing, it's going to be very weak to ghost type moves. So what we're going to do is we're going to over farm a little bit. Notice how he's at no shields, so there's no reason to go for Shadow Ball right here. What we need to do is get Medicham a little bit lower, and then we're going to go for Shadow Punch right there. So as you guys can see, we're going to go for Shadow Punch over Shadow Ball to retain some residual energy. Plus this is going to be enough to take out the Medicham because he has no shields left. So we're going for the Shadow Punch here. Again, super effective damage. Going to be taking out Medicham super quickly. And then what we're going to see is we're going to see the Venusaur come back in. Now, I know the Venusaur had some loaded energy and he was actually able to a charge move. But because of our poison typing, this Frenzy Plant won't take us out. It gets us low. It does a lot of damage. But we're actually going to be able to get to a Shadow Punch. This won't take out the Venusaur, but in tandem with our Shadow Claws right here, we're going to actually be able to take each other out. Now, we're in a completely unknown territory, but notice how he has Bastiodon, and we have a Registeel with loaded energy. So our Focus Blast is going to be doing tons of damage, and we're going to be able to take out this Bastiodon relatively easy. So this was a good battle. But yeah, just goes to show you guys don't always have to win lead in order to win the battle. There's multiple ways to do it, and it's having to dance through that mid game. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this strategy of basically either winning that safe swap like you guys saw in game 1 with the Umbreon, or basically eliminating all shields with the Azumarill and then allowing Registeel and Haunter to clean up the match. So let me know if this helped you guys out. This has been asked a lot. You know, you guys are losing lead a lot and you don't know how to win. It's all about that safe switch option. As you guys saw there, it really helps during the mid game. You always don't want to bring in the hardest counter to the Pokemon that's leading against you, so that you can save it in the back when you come up against it later in the fight. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.